So prepositions is what we're doing today. I'll let you know what prepositions are. So prepositions are words that we have. They're short words like to, in, by, next to, beside, over, below, on top of. It's these words that we call prepositions. And it's really important because with these words, prepositions, we need to know if we need to talk about a noun and its location. Where is this noun? Is it next to something? Is it behind something, in front of something? So these little words tell us where the noun is located. Where is it? And we need to use these prepositions before the noun to show the location of the noun. So that's why we have prepositions. Now we're in stage 3 of the prepositions. So we're learning more rules with prepositions. So let's have a look at prepositions and some exercises together. So we have here prepositions. And in prepositions, you can see there's word like next to. Okay, so I'll put my prepositions. We have words like next to, between, in front of, above, below, over, behind, under, opposite, along, across, down, up, round, past, and that's it. So these are just some of the prepositions. So as you could see, it tells us here that prepositions, moment, movement. Yes, movement. So position means where is it located, and movement, if it's moving. So if you have a look here, we have the supermarket, we have the cinema, and the bank. These are nouns, okay? They're places. Cinema, supermarket, bank. So you could see it says the cinema is next to the supermarket. I can see it's next to. The supermarket is between the cinema and the bank. So between is like saying in the middle, but we say between. Okay, when something is between, you have to say this place and this place. So you must say what it is. It's between here and here. So you have to be clear exactly what is it near. And next to just means like on the side, next to. We see here we have the car park. So car park and the supermarket. So we can see there's a car park behind. Okay, behind the supermarket. So maybe you're asking someone, where is the car park? They will say it is behind the supermarket. If we look here, we have the cinema again, and we have a bus stop. And the bus stop is in front of the cinema, in front of. So in front of. And you can see here, they're running down the hill and up the hill. So when you go down something, you go down a hill, you go down the stairs, you go down the lifts, anything that's moving your body or anything down. And up, of course, up, you know, up into the sky, up until the highest building. If you're walking on a mountain, you walk down, you walk up. So then we have Jim's flat. So that means like an apartment. So Jim's apartment, the apartment of Jim's. And we can see the bank. We can see that Jim's flat or apartment is above. Or you can also say on top of. But we say, again, it's more common to say it is above. Or you could say on the next level. And the bank is below. We can see it's under, it's below. So if this was a building the top one is above, and then something is below. She's driving round the roundabout. So if you're going like, you know, around this way or maybe this way. Okay, so you're going around the roundabout. It's like you're making a circle. You're going around something. You know, a little kid will run around a tree, or they'll run around a park, or you know, like in the garden, they can run around in circles. What is around the sun? The earth, yeah, the earth travels around the sun. Exactly, because it goes like that around. The children are walking over the bridge. So we can see when you go over, it's like you're crossing. So you're moving up. Because I think the bridge is like here. There's a boat going under. Sorry, the bridge is here. So the bridge I can see is here. So this would be the water, the sea. If I just write here, this is like the sea, but then you have the bridge here. And yes, we can see the children are walking over. That's what it means, over. The bridge, and there's a boat going under. So it's moving under the bridge. It's going in it, like inside the bridge, under. They're walking along the high street, and she's walking across the road. So we can see that they're walking along. So it just means like on the road. They're walking along, and she's walking across is when you cross, like you cross the road. So you move from one side of the road to the other side. You're going across. So if you say, my house is across the road from the bank. Maybe the bank is here, and you're saying my house is directly across the road from the bank. Okay, then we have post office and supermarket, and I can see that there is a street. So we say the supermarket is opposite. It means like in front of, like they're both on different sides. So the supermarket is here and the post office is here, but they're opposite each other. They're in front of each other. So it's like saying that. Then we have he's walking past the supermarket. So if this is the supermarket, or it could be the park or any place, it means you just move from one side to the other side. You're passing. Some people say, oh, I passed by your house today. It doesn't mean they came inside. They walked by. So they passed by. Okay, and like I said, usually people will say it commonly like that. Oh, I passed by your house today, but I didn't have time to come see you. Or let's go past by grandma's house. So passed. You didn't stop. You just from one side to the other side. So you're continuing to go somewhere else, but you just passed the supermarket. Okay, so prepositions are next to, between, behind, in front of, opposite, above, and below. These are the prepositions we did just before. They usually describe position. That means the location. Where is something? Where is a building? Where is a house? Where is the park? Where something is. They do not usually describe how something is moving. They are very often used with the verb to be. So, you know, the post office is opposite the supermarket. That's using the verb to be, is, in the present. I am walking past the supermarket. So am walking. using the present continuous to talk about what you're doing in this moment. I am. Okay, so that's what it means. They're usually used with the verb to be. Okay, I think we can look at some more rules. Now, movement, over, along, across, down, up, round, and past. These prepositions describe where something is moving. So remember, if I said that if I'm going across the bridge, I'm moving. Or if I'm going past my grandmother's house, it means I'm moving from one side to the other side of her house. So we then use actions of movement, like go, walk, run. So remember how I said, I walked past your house, or I'm going to go past the supermarket, or I'm running up the hill. I'm running down the hill. Okay, so these verbs, because they're verbs, they're action of movement, moving our body or something. So we use it usually with these prepositions. And some prepositions can describe position or movement. They're sitting under the bridge. That's just showing a location. You're not moving, you're just sitting, you're staying under the bridge. But then I can also say they're walking under the bridge. So again, it depends on that action, but you can use the same verb, the same preposition, but it just depends on what action. Because if you're sitting, you're not moving. But if you're walking or running or jogging, you're moving. So it just depends what you're doing. What action are you doing to show where you're doing it and your location? Where are you running, walking, sitting? Okay, let's now practice with these prepositions. So we have
I can't find it all.
the next page, we are 128.
All mixed.
I know. You need to keep it together. One, two.
Which one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You have a different.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, 128. I'll give you this book for now. And then you can see what happened with yours. So I'll just give you this one. It's the same. You're welcome. Okay, so now we have 128, 129. Prepositions down, up, next to, opposite, past, along, across, under, between, over, above, behind, round. So as I said, we're saying where the noun is. Where is the, or someone moving. So if I have a look at this image, there's a hairdresser, there's a laundrette. We usually call it a laundry place.
Restaurant.
There's a restaurant. Yeah, Mario's restaurant. Travel agency. The Red Lion Hotel. And yeah, so it looks like there's a street. We have some places on the street. There's people. I can see some people here. There's a plane. There's a car. There's a bus. So this is just in life. That's what you have if you look at a street and a place. But let's talk about where these people are or where these planes are or something. So if you could see, Mario's restaurant is below the travel agency. That's true. Yeah, it's under, it's below. There's a person in front of Mario's restaurant. That's him here. He is in front of. Remember, it's like he's facing it. He's in front, not behind, in front. What can we say? There's a dog, something, the ladder. You can see the dog here.
Next to?
Could be next to. Maybe under, because it's kind of under the ladder.
Behind the ladder?
Behind?
No.
We could, yeah, they all could work. Maybe more under.
Yeah.
Is very common. If we said someone is under the ladder, let's put under for now, because maybe we might need the other preposition somewhere else, or maybe this preposition is not the right one because we need it somewhere else. So we can just say for now, the dog is under the ladder. A painter is climbing. So I can see the painter here. What is he doing?
Climbing up.
Yeah, up. Perfect. He's climbing up the ladder because he's going up. You can see him here. Okay. Mario's restaurant is something, a hotel called the Red Lion.
Next to.
Yeah, it's next to. Next to. Because I could see the restaurant here and it's next door. It's next to the hotel. Someone is running something, the hotel. So if I'm looking at this person here, what are they doing? Yes, remember when they're moving from one side to the other side, they're running past. So they're not going inside, they're just running past the hotel. There's a beautiful garden. Where is the garden? Something, the hotel. So it looks like here, yeah, behind. That's the hotel, it's behind. There's a beautiful garden behind the hotel, and there is a bus stop, something, the hotel. Where's the bus stop?
In front opposite.
Yeah, I guess the bus stop is here. So what would that
Opposite.
be? Opposite. Yeah. Again, you could say in front. We're going opposite, opposite, in front of the hotel. They're the same. So I'll just put them both in front of, or you could say opposite. Because it's in front of, opposite. I think we still have, yeah. So Mario's restaurant is, if I have a look at Mario's restaurant, is something, the hotel and the laundrette. So in between, yeah, I could see it is in between. That's one word. Be careful, make sure it's sorry, it's not one word. I mean, it's two words, in between. And there's a hairdresser, something, the laundrette. There's a hairdresser. Above. Yeah. Again, or you could say on top of. On top of. That's three words. On top of or above. Just means above, on top of. Someone is coming the steps from the hairdresser. So I'll go back. Someone is coming. They're talking about this person here is coming something from the hairdresser. What are they coming? They're coming down. Can you see this person? They're coming down. Yeah, perfect. Down. And there's a few people walking the road.
Over the road.
Over the road? There's a few people walking. Yeah, over. I don't think we've used over the road.
Along the road.
Around?
Along.
Along. Maybe along is better. Yeah, along. Over would mean if they're walking over the road, like they're crossing it. It's another word for saying crossing. Because if you have a road, someone is walking over, it means really they're walking on the road. They're moving or they're walking over. Really means they're crossing. But along just means they're here and they're walking this way. So you could see it's a different direction. Just to pick the right preposition changes how did you move. So along is like this, and that's the road. Someone is pushing a pram the road. Now we can say she is pushing the pram over or across the road.
Pram or clean. Pushing a pram.
Yes, so a pram is this one. where you put your baby. So what is she doing? She is,
Across.
yeah, she's going across the road. We can see she's moving from this side because she's coming to this side. So this woman with the pram, where she puts her baby, she's moving across the road. So we said across. There's a car coming, something in the corner. So if I have a look here, what is this car doing? It is coming, this is the corner, past. If we haven't used it, yeah, it's coming past the corner. Round. So remember when you're going like in a circle almost, so it's coming round the corner is a more better preposition. So round. And there's a plane flying something, the town. We can see the plane is flying what?
Well,
Above. Yeah, on because it's all the way on top of the town. Over town, above, over. Which one haven't we used? Have we used over? We haven't used over, so let's go with over. Because when you're over something, it's like how they say the birds are flying, you know, over. Oh yeah, over there. So it's the plane is flying over the town. Like very similar to say across the town, but across means more like you're on the ground. Because you remember we said someone is moving across the road. That's more like on the ground. But if you're in the sky, then you're flying over. Like a bridge, remember? Because you're above the ground, a bridge. I'm walking over the bridge. So really over, the preposition over is more when you're above the ground. And the word across is when you're moving on the ground. So that's how we can separate similar prepositions with their meanings. One is in the sky, movement in the sky, and the other one is movement on the ground. That's a good way to remember. Over and across. So remember, if this was a bridge, this is the ground. Okay, so we've got a story using these prepositions. So stories with prepositions, we've got around, down, out of, up, into, to, over, under. So this is a story. It looks like it's a pond. A pond means where there's water. I can see there's like a hill or something. There's a bed. There's a window. There's a tree here. So it looks like, and there's a bridge. Looks like someone's house and they're looking outside and they have this garden.
small pond.
There's a small pond. Yeah. There's a wall here as well. I can see that there's a wall. So let's read the story about this picture. So I'll do the first one. Emma heard a noise. She jumped out of bed because that means she was in bed and then she went out. She jumped out of bed and ran to the window. So when you go somewhere, you're moving to the window. She couldn't see anything. She climbed.
Down. No.
You don't,
Up.
no, out. Maybe out? Because
Yeah.
you're going outside.
Out of.
Out. She climbed out of
Okay.
the window. Something the tree. So we could see the movements. I like how they show you, this is where it's starting. This is the window. So she climbed out of the tree. And then what did she do here? We could see this over the tree. Over. Yeah, over.
Under.
No, could be under as well.
Between.
No, there's no between. Because you have to say between this and this. So this is more She climbed. Let's leave that one. She climbed something the tree and something the wall. So now we can see, what is she doing it? Over. Remember, can you see that arrow? That's over the wall. This is the wall. So she climbed over. We can put over here and over the wall. She heard a strange noise. She ran. So I can see here, what is she doing in the bridge? Under. Yep, so this one's under the bridge. Comma, something the pond.
Around?
Yeah, because I could see all the way like this. That's around. So around the pond. And something the hill. Yeah, yep. So I could see here. Yep, she climbed up. So up the hill. Suddenly, she heard someone laughing loudly. We can see that here. Ha, ha, ha. So someone laughing. She ran.
Down.
Yeah, I can see here that arrow. She ran down the hill, comma.
Around the pond.
Yeah, around.
Okay.
Can we use that again? She ran around the pond. Put it for now, comma, something, the bridge. I guess again, under. So it's just, we can use them more than once. Under the bridge. What did she do on the wall? We can see again. She's
Over.
now here, over, she went. So she's returning. She went over the bridge now. Something, the tree. Which preposition didn't we use?
Yeah, down.
Down?
Down.
No, down, we said down the hill. I think the tree, to the tree. Up, under, which one haven't we used? Maybe two. Yeah, to the tree. Yep, so we can put back to number 4. She climbed out of the window to the tree. Yeah, just towards. That's where she went, to the tree. So here, to the tree and back into. So because she's going inside is a better verb, preposition. So you could see now she's back here. She went back into her room. So you could see her journey into her bed. We could see that was what was inside here. So when you go into something, you're going inside, so into. But when you're going out, you could say to, because she went out to the tree.
Number 4.
To. Yep, she went to the tree. It means like towards. Where did she go? To the tree.
Number
and then
4, space here.
yes,
Yeah,
where it's the to the tree. And then it was also 13, to the tree and back into her room. So when you go in, into, out, to. So that's good. That shows us her journey with all these prepositions, how she moved. Did she go under something, above, between? Did she go around? You can see how she moved in this garden. So that was I like that little story. Yes, yes. So this is the story. Let's read it again while you take a picture. So yeah, take a picture.
Yeah.
Oh, you take? Okay, so Emma heard a noise. She jumped out of bed and ran to the window. I'll just do like this and ran to the window. She couldn't see anything. She climbed out of the window to the tree and over the wall. She heard a strange noise. She ran under the bridge, around the pond, and up the hill. Suddenly, she heard someone laughing loudly. She ran down the hill, around the pond, under the bridge, to the tree, and back into her bedroom. Okay, good. That's the story. All these prepositions. Now you know how to use them. Let's have a look at these next ones. Before and after. So before and after, we add them before the noun. You can see that there's a noun. I arrived before Dave. You arrived after me. So if I'm here, before means before, and then after, someone came after me. So we had dinner before we went out. We could use these before and after before a clause. A clause is like a part of a sentence. It's not a complete sentence because you could see we had dinner. So if I had dinner here before we went out, so out would be here. So we had dinner. It's like saying, and then we went out. It's just showing you before. We had dinner before we went out. So this is what's happening. Here is now, for example. And I'm just showing you, like yesterday, I had dinner before I went out. Or we went out after we had dinner. The same. It's just starting here. We went out after we had dinner. Dinner is still here. So I'll put this as dinner, and this is out. These are actions, what we did. You can also use it before gerund. Remember, gerund is like an ing. It's like an action, but it's not the main action. It's like in the middle of a sentence. So I usually have a hot drink before going to bed. So again, it's like here. I usually have a hot drink before going to bed. This is me going to bed here. After having a hot drink, so that means you're starting here. After having a hot drink, sorry, hot drink would be here. I usually go to bed. We can use before and after to talk about the timing of events in the past or the future. So just telling you when this action happened. I went out after dinner. I'm going out after dinner. We use before and after with the present simple to talk about the future. I'm going to learn some Portuguese before I go to Portugal. Okay, so before actions in the present moment to tell you what my plan is for the future. So this is the future part here. I'm going to learn Portuguese before I travel. So first, I'm going to learn, and then I'm going to travel. Okay, let's practice with these two prepositions, before and after. So I'll do the first two. I had dinner, then I went out. So we just need to say, before I went out, I had dinner. The same actions at the same time. It just depends which one you want to start with talking about first. So if I have a look at a time, this is now. I had dinner, so dinner is here, before I went out. This is out. Before I went out, that's here, I had dinner. I'm going to finish my homework. Then I'm going to watch television. So after I finish my homework, this is the homework here, I'm going to watch television. So the TV will be here. This is homework. This is the TV. Or I'm going to watch television after I finish my homework. Now, number 3, I must save some money. Then I'm going on a holiday. So how can we put that with the word before?
I must save some money before
Yeah.
I'm going on holiday.
Yeah, exactly. I must save some money before
Then no,
no, because it's like the same words. Then before I go,
I'm going, I'm going on holiday.
I must save some money before I go on holidays. Or you can also say, so I would put this one as like before I go on holidays. So I must save some money before I go on holidays. That's very common. A lot of people would say that. I have to save some money now before I leave, before I go on holidays. We can also say after. How do we start the sentence with after? Or this one maybe, do we have to do two? No, because this one before. Yes. Good. You can start the sentence. So you could put the before in the middle of a sentence, or you could start the sentence with before I go on holidays, comma. Now, if you use before, if you have a look here, you have to put a comma. So if you're going to start your sentence with before, you must say before this action, comma, then this action. But if you put before in the middle, there's no comma. So now we said before, that was good, Javier. Before I go on holidays, I must save, money. I must save money. So there's two different ways to say it. So it just depends if you want to start your sentence or you want to start it with before. They got married, then they moved to Australia. So what's the two different ways we can say this?
They got married after they moved.
Yeah, exactly. They got married. This is putting the preposition in the middle of the sentence. They got married after they moved to Australia. Remember, we take off the then because they're like the same words. So either you make two sentences or you can connect two actions by using these words before and after. So that's why there's no more two sentences. So that's the sentence. They got married after they moved to Australia. Or how do we start it with the word after? Yeah, after they moved to, yes, after they moved to Australia, comma, they got married. The same information. It just depends if you want to put before or after in the middle or start your sentence with before or after. And if you do start with before or after, don't forget the common comma after the first action. Number 5, I have to clean up the house. Then my parents are going to arrive.
Have to clean up.
Yeah.
Clean up
I have to, clean up.
before.
Yeah, I have to clean up the house before my parents arrive.
Because I put clean up.
Yes, that's one action. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, to clean up. The same as I have to clean. I have to clean up. They're the same. Exactly the same action. Okay, good. So we put here before in the middle. Now I want to start my sentence with before. So before
My parents are going to arrive.
before my parents arrive, usually we keep it in the present simple when we start our sentence with before. So have you noticed I said before I go on holidays? We also had here after I finish my homework. So it's usually in the present simple. when you start your sentence with before. After they moved, or it's in the past. So before my parents arrive, I have to clean the house or clean up, the same. So now we can see we started it with before and we have that comma. So both, there are just many ways that you could say the same thing. Either you can have two separate sentences, or you can start using the word before and after to connect two different actions. One action happened before the other one, or the other one happened after. That's all you're saying. You're just showing that. Okay, a few more examples. So her exams are going to finish. Then she's going to have a holiday by the sea.
Their exam are going to finish after she's going to have a holiday by the sea.
I think you start with the last one. So she's going to have a holiday after. She's going to have a holiday. Now this one we do use she's going to have a holiday after her exams finish. This is a future. It hasn't happened now. So that's why we show she's going to. Remember, we use going to when we talk about, a near future plan. So not now, but she's going to have a holiday after her exams finish. So you have to change the grammar a little bit. Now we can start with after. After she finishes her exams, she's going to have a holiday. Yeah. Or you could say she will, after she finishes her exam, she will have a holiday. Just to show you a different way that you can say it. So make sure in the middle of a sentence, you don't capitalize anything unless you put her name. So yes, we started the sentence with after this action. It's in the present simple. So remember, for she, he, it, we put es or es for the action. So after she finishes her exams, she will have a holiday, or she's going to have a holiday. So it hasn't happened now, but we're showing the future, what will happen after. He could read. Then he started school. So he started school
before he could read.
He could read. Yeah, so actually, if he could read,
After.
then he started school. He started school, yeah, after he started. He started school after he could read, but they want us to use before. Then you would say he could read before. So now we need to go, he could read before he started school. So he knew how to do it before. So that's one way that we could say it. So he could read before, or before started school, comma, he could read. Exactly. So again, starting your sentence with before, or putting before in the middle of a sentence. I got the new job. Then I had more money. Yeah, yes, I had more money after I got, yeah, a new job, or after I got a job. Yeah. So only because I don't have space, I'm just wanting to say after I got a job, or before, sorry, after, we're doing after here. After I got, yeah, comma, I had money. I had more money, yeah. He's going, I must phone my parents. Then I'm going to Scotland. So what can we say here?
You must phone my parents.
Yeah, exactly. Must phone my parents before I go on, I go to Scotland. I don't know if you could see that before I go to Scotland. Okay, so I must do this action before I go to Scotland, or before I go to Scotland. Must, yep, phone. I don't have space, so yes, I must phone my parents. He's going to come back from his holiday. Then he's going to look for a new job. We can go for the future. He'll look for a new job after he comes back from his holiday. Yep. So I'm putting it in the future. He'll look for a new job after he comes back from his holiday. And we can say after he comes back from his holiday, comma. Yeah, he'll look for a new job. So you could see again when we use these before and after, we don't really use we used here the going to, then you have to use present simple. So we could even say this one, he's going to look for a new job. That's fine. Or you could use the future. He'll look for a new job. Because you remember going to and will really are the same. They're both talking about the future. So again, here, after he comes back from his holiday, he's going to look for. Okay, so now we've got some more sentences, but we're going to practice them with the gerund. Remember, that means it's a verb in the middle of a sentence that has the ing. But where possible, that means maybe.
Is ing.
Yes. Or it could be to verb. So I usually have a bath, then I go to bed. Before going to bed, remember the comma, I usually have a bath, or I usually have a bath before going to bed. After I get home from work, we have our dinner. We have our dinner after I get home from work. Number 3. So remember, making sure that we change the word after into an ing form, the action. So she finished school, then she went to university.
He went to university.
Yeah, she went. She went to uni.
Or she finished.
After she finished school. Yeah. Okay, that's good. She went to uni after she finished school. Or we could also say after she finished school, comma, she went to uni. Yep. We didn't put an ing. She went to uni after. So here we take off the subject. So she went to uni after. Now we must put this verb in the ing because it's exactly, if you look at the rule, it's after just change my color. We could see it's after and then plus immediately the ing of the action. So she went to uni after, yes, finishing. So now I can say it this way and the same here. After, now what you do, so what do we need? After ing, so after finishing, she went to uni. So all these rules that you have to learn. If you want to put after, you can, with an action immediately after, it must be in the ing. After finishing school, so we know we don't have a subject. After finishing school, she went to uni. Or you can start with the subject here. She went to school after finishing school. I want to buy a newspaper. Then I'm going to get on the train. Yeah, I'm going to get on the train. Yep. Before, only one verb before. You have to pick one verb before buying a newspaper. Yep. I want is not really important. You can go straight for the action because now we're connecting sentences. So we can't really use so many verbs. We have to really say the most important action. So yeah, I'm going to get on the train before. So we know we've got before and then straight away the ing, the gerund, before buying a newspaper. Or we could say before buying, yes, before buying a newspaper, I'm, yep, going on the train. Yep, good. So that was for number 4. Okay, so I don't have as much room. Then we have number 5. My grandparents died. Then I was born. Yeah, I was born. What's our preposition? Before.
Parents.
Yeah, now if you want to use an ing, I was born before dying. Yeah, we don't do this. So remember they said only where possible. So here it's not possible. I was born before, yeah, my grandparents, before my grandparents died. And then the same thing if we want to start our sentence with before. So before, yeah, before I was born, my grandparents died. Yeah, you can't really put an ing here. Okay, I have a swim. Then I like to have a hot drink. So what do? I like to have a hot drink after I swim. Yeah, you don't actually after swimming. Yeah, you can take off the subject and yeah, after swimming. So we already know who's doing the action. I like to have a hot drink after swimming. Yep, so you don't need, you can see after, and we can see that ing. Or after swimming, comma, I like to have a hot drink. And again, we can see the after with the ing. I worked in a nightclub, then I had children. So we could start with I had children before. You can go straight for the verb before working in a nightclub. Yeah. I'll just say before working because I don't have space. So yeah, I had children before working. A lot of people, of course, they say that. Again, if you want to start our sentence with before, we need an action. Before, what's your action? No, before not working, before having. Remember ing, before having children, comma, I worked. Yes. So again, before having children, we got the before and then the ing, before having children and the comma, because we start with before, I worked. Number 9 and 8, we have a big meal, then we like to sit and watch television. So we like to sit and watch television. I don't have space, so I'm just going to say we watch TV after. We can put an ing after. Yeah, having a big meal. You can also say after having a meal. So we can also start a sentence with after having a meal, comma, we watch TV, or we like to sit and watch TV. You should do some more work. Then the exams are going to start. So we can say the exams are going to start before yeah, maybe that should is very important though, but you should do some more work. Then the exams are going to start. The exams are going to start before you should do something. Yeah, let's practice before doing some work. Before you should do some work. Actually, the exams are starting before you should do some work. Exams are starting. That would be after. You should do some work. Then the exams are starting. Sorry, no, that's why because we need to start with you should do some work. You should do some work before starting the exam. So just after that, before, look for the most important action before starting, because you only can use one action before starting the exam. And we can also say before starting the exams, yeah, you should, yeah, do some work. Okay, good. The before with the ing, immediately after. You told her the good news, then she came around to tell me. So we can say, so I'll just write them here because I don't have space. Number 10. So she came around to tell me, the same as saying she came to tell me, yep, after. She came to tell me after you told her the good news. You can't really, yeah, you can't put an ing after telling her. Actually, you can, yeah, after telling her the good news. You can, she came to tell me after telling her the good news. No, that's not clear who did the subject. So she came to tell me after you, I think because the subject is changing here between she and you, only when it's the same subject. When you're talking to the same subject, you should do some homework before you start the exam. So when it's the same subject, you do that. But when it's different, because you're talking about she and then you said you. So we need to bring back that you and keep it in the same tense. So she came to tell me after you told her the good news. We can't really use an ing here because we've got two different subjects. Or we could say after. We can say after telling her the good news, she came to tell me. Because maybe I'm talking to him and this person and he knows I'm saying to you. After you told her, again, it would be clear because we've got two different subjects, because they might not understand who you're talking about. So I would just separate it. After you told her the good news, comma, she came to tell me. So no ing in this one because different subjects in one part of the action to the second part. Number 11, I'm going to finish this job, then I'm going to have a long holiday. I'm going to have a holiday, the same as I'm having a holiday. After we do the after. So for now, I'm going to have a holiday after, yeah, after finishing, now because it's the same subject, after finishing this job. Yep, because I'm talking about myself. So I'm is the subject, having a holiday. This is meant to be, I'm having a holiday. We can see that we said after ing because it's the same, it's me. I'm talking about me in the same part of the first sentence and even the same part in the second sentence. I'm having a holiday after I finish this job, or you could say after finishing this job because same subject. Now we can also say after, yeah, after finishing this job, comma, yeah, yeah, or I'm having a holiday. Yep. Same meaning. Number 12, he has to finish his work, then he's going out. So we can say, hey, hello, come in. I'll just finish this and then I'll say hi. So number 12, he has to finish his work, then he's going out. So we could say he's going out. I think who said that first? Yeah, he's going out before remember ing. So before finishing his work, because it's the same subject. We're talking about that same he's going out before finishing his work, or before finishing his work, comma, his going out. Let's see, before finishing his work. Yep, because we've got the before and the ing. Again, before the ing, because the same subject in the first part of the sentence to the second part. And the last one, he's going to phone us, then he's going to leave the house. So he's going to leave the house. Yep. Before, same subject, before. He's going to phone us. You don't need to repeat the subject because it's the same one. Before going to phone us. He's going to leave the house before, again, cut off. We need just one verb, before phoning us. So we know it's the same person, the same subject. So we don't need to repeat. So you only can have one verb. So that's why I took out the going to phone us. It's the same, before phoning us. Or the last way that we could say this is before phoning us, before going out. before going out, he's going to phone us.
To leave out.
Before going out, he'll phone us. Before going out, because which one is he going to do first? He's going to phone us, then he's going to leave the house. Before leaving the house, he'll phone us. You can make it a future here. So before we can see the ing, we know it's the same subject. So before leaving the house, we're talking about him, or before he leaves the house, he'll phone us. But I want to put before an ing. Before leaving the house, he'll phone us. You can make it a future. Okay, so that was prepositions. We looked at, let's recap really quickly before we start the next part. We looked at these prepositions. Remember, these were words like next to, between, in front of, above, below, over, behind, under, opposite, along, across, down, up, round, past. We're talking about where the object is, its location, and we could say where it is. If we're looking at it or we're directing someone to go somewhere, we need to show them where this place is. So we did that, and then we know that we could use these prepositions between two different, talking about a noun, or when I want to talk about an action, which we did with the INGs. So that's what we did at the end. Okay, so that was prepositions. Remember these little words that we use when we show the location of a noun. Okay, so now